I gotta make this video looking just like this right now because the message is that important. In 2010, my circumstances, my situation, my then so-called marriage, my whole life, my finances, and everything had become so unbearable that I didn't even realize, I did not even understand how it had become unbearable time after time after time after time again. And yet I found myself at that point again. Everything too heavy, too much, and too unbearable. So at that moment, I cried out to God. I literally cried and screamed out to God. And what I didn't realize in that moment was that I was choosing God over a person, over a toxic relationship, and everything tied to that toxic relationship, which was my finances were tied to that relationship. My mental well-being was tied into that relationship. So everything was just bound. Everything was bound and I couldn't take it anymore. So when I cried out and screamed out to God, I didn't realize at that time, but I was actually choosing God above somebody else. Choosing God in that moment. I was choosing him as my source for everything that pertains to life, everything that pertains to my well-being, my future, my destiny. And let me tell you something, when you choose him over everything else, that is when everything shifts. And everything changed in that moment. Everything changed in that moment. There are some things that we can't quite prove scientifically. We can't prove on paper, with pen and paper. But I promise you, it is a spiritual thing. Choosing him first will change your entire life, and it changes you from the inside out. You will get everything that you need from the inside out. He's very thorough and he's very faithful.